Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing to this channel, 70 subscribers and plus. I'm grateful for that, folks. Let's get to even 80 and 90 subscribers, folks. That'd be wonderful. You are awesome, folks. I want to thank everyone who's been watching the Joshua review. That's 51 views and counting. I cannot believe that I got that many views for that film. I want to thank everyone who's been watching the Man Knox documentary. I want to thank everyone who's been watching the 13th documentary. I want to thank everyone who's been watching the Hillary Clinton documentary. That's awesome, folks. I want to thank everyone who's watching the O.J. Simpson documentary. That's really great, folks. I want to thank everyone who's been watching the accountant review. That's really awesome. The Mr. Church review. That's really great, folks. Help me get these views even further up, folks. Help get the least few films with more views. That'd be awesome, folks. You're all great, folks. Thank you. So next film that I'm reviewing is from the third day of the Virginia Film Festival, and it's called The Sweet Life. So director Rob Spera spoke before the film was being shown here, folks. And he said that he and the writer have been friends for numerous amount of years. They, I think, have played together once. And that, I think, he also is a TV veteran, I think. And also, he said, you know, me and the guy, we sort of polished the script here for about a year. Then we tried, and then he joked, and he said, basically, then he said also that he spent another 4 years trying to get this film to get made, so about 5 years, and he joked he joked basically saying 5 years is a short time to get a film made in Hollywood, basically. So Kenny, played by Chris Messina, you know him from the Newsroom, Argo, and also the Mindy Project. And Lolita, played by Abigail Spencer, you know, the girl who's basically on everything, but you can't really recognize her face, obviously. They meet by chance one night in Chicago, and they're down there, a lot of people who really realize they have nothing to go for them. They first debate the merits of personal space. Then they discover, though, that they have the same therapist, and I guess the therapist ascribed to Lolita, who is, you know, clingy, I guess, or, you know, has poor taste in men, to do dance therapy, you know. So then through a case of mistaken identity, they are handed the keys to Mercedes, basically, here. Then Lolita suggests, why don't we just drive to San Francisco, considering they are too down on a lot of people that have really nothing to go for them. And they decide, and again, Lolita suggests, you know, okay, let's go to San Francisco and jump off the Golden Gate Bridge here, basically. And, you know, Kenny agrees here. And note that, yes, people do jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. Unfortunately, it's harder now because guess what? They have a net down on the bottom of the Golden Gate Bridge, and, you know, it's, again, next to impossible here, folks. So there are some very funny moments in this film, one including their attempt to rob a convenience store without a gun. So the clerk at the convenience store basically says, hey, you need to buy something, you need to be shown on camera having a gun. And it's like, you know, and you also, again, you need to buy stuff, and it's like, it's really amusing here, you know. And also, there's another scene in which they pick up two hitchhikers who look like they're essentially cowboys in a sense, but they're two gay cowboys. Yeah, trust me, it's funny. It's funnier when you're watching the film here, and they're going to drop off one of their loved ones' ashes at a memorial site for alien abductees, basically. There's also another very funny scene here involving a stolen car that they take, and they happen to find a hospital liver ready for a transplant in the car, and so that's very funny indeed. Again, you have to be in the film to really get the humor of it. So, but besides being, you know, having these funny moments, there are some moments of, you know, genuine drama and sadness. One has, you know, one scene has Kenny visiting his ex-fiancée and understanding why she left him at the altar, and basically he understanding, yeah, she was basically right in leaving him, basically. And that, you know, he's still lost, you know. Another scene has Lolita visiting her mother, who, you know, I won't exactly say what has wrong with her, basically. One scene that doesn't really work here involves a couple of campers they meet out on the road, and I won't exactly say how it doesn't work, but you have to see the film to understand why it really doesn't. Well, I do have with this film, and there's some dialogue here that, yes, it's really standard dialogue 101 of psychology, you know, saying, okay, one person says, why aren't you exactly happy, why don't you feel anything, basically, and, you know, there's a little bit of the cinematography here. It feels like it's not exactly up to, like, you know, it's not exactly clear cinematography, or it's like, you know, it's like independent cinematography, not, you know, high-class cinematography. If that's a criticism, I guess that's, again, will this film change your life? I don't know. Will you remember in a week's time. I don't know. In the end, folks, The Sweet Life does have some genuine moments of comedy, some genuine moments of, you know, nice tender moments here, you know, and it's genuinely sad how these people ended up together. So what I'm going to do is I'm giving this a matinee rating. Like most films at the Virginia Film Festival, they will eventually find their way to you, I guess, or, you know, depending on where you're from. There you go. Guys, what did you think of The Sweet Life? Did you happen to care for it? Did you not happen to care for it at all? Put that in the comment section below. What's your favorite Chris Messina performance or TV show that he was in or movie that he was in? What's your favorite Abigail Spencer role? I guess what's your favorite film about people contemplating suicide? There is one, I guess. As usual, folks, like, comment, subscribe, and enrich yourself with knowledge. Please, let's start our conversation here, folks. It'd be wonderful. I love commenting with you guys. I'll see you next time, folks. Yay, hooray.